Hello, welcome to the channel. I'm FPL Useless, bringing you my own unique take on FPL. And the international break is over. Love it or hate it. I think most people hate it who play FPL because they get bored without FPL. And it means we can get back to being frustrated with our teams. Why do we play FPL if not for that? So let's have a look at the team. So at the moment, I've gone for a back three with Areola in goal. I don't really have much choice there because Turner has been dropped from the Nottingham Forest. So Areola is the cheapest goalkeeper in the game that is actually playing. He hasn't been that great. West Ham haven't been great defensively, but it's not really a priority for me to move him on and change him at the moment. If I had a free transfer, a spare one, maybe. But he's cheap and he's playing, so hopefully get some points. Hopefully get a clean sheet against Burnley away. Trippier plays Chelsea at home. Newcastle have a lot of injuries, so they didn't look very good last time out. Hopefully they'll be better. They're playing, they are at home, and I think that again with there are a lot of fixtures this week that don't look that great on paper, but I mean, I've had fixtures each week that look great on paper, and my team's done very badly. So maybe this time it'll be the other way around. And Trippier, he's probably, he's my favourite Newcastle player to own. I love Trippier, and I think maybe he'll get a free kick and score something. Hopefully they can get a clean sheet against Chelsea. Not sure. Chelsea look to be playing a bit better. They managed to score 4 goals against City the other week. So don't know what to expect there. I haven't really got that much choice on who to play in the back in the defence. Guahi plays Luton away, which is a relatively good fixture. Luton are better at home, but again, not that much choice. Hoping for a clean sheet. We'll see what happens. Saliba, I'm quite happy I brought Saliba in. A bit lucky last time because he scored a goal, and even though it looked like that looked like a better fixture for a clean sheet than Brentford away, they Arsenal are pretty good. They're probably one of the better defences. I think Saliba's the best Arsenal defender to own until of course Arteta decides to drop him for absolutely no reason, like he has for some of the other players. I think he dropped Ben White last time. Don't know whether he was injured or not. There seem to be a lot of injuries at the moment, so my team's not so bad as some people's, but there are a few to sort out. So the formation will be 3-4-3, and I've gone for Son, Martinelli, Salah, and Bowen. There are injury worries this week after the international break. There are quite a lot of players. Off the top of my head, I think there's Bowen. Martinelli actually looked like he may have been injured, but I think he's okay now. The yellow flag's been removed, so I'm not sure if he played for Brazil or not. But anyway, Mitoma is another one, and there was Ferguson, Haaland. There are a few players that have got yellow flags, and it's a case of just waiting and seeing if we get any more update on those. It sounds like Bowen might be out for a few games, so I'm not sure how reliable that information is. So I'm going to be trying to find out whether or not he is injured. If he is injured for a few games, then it's probably an easy swap to another player, maybe Mbomo. Except he does have game week 18 coming up where he will not play because Man City are in the World Club Cup, or the Club World Cup, is it? Or whatever it's called, that international competition that nobody cares about. So he won't play in that game, and then he will almost certainly be called up for AFCON as well. Game week 21, he could miss 4 games across there. But he does still across these fixtures. I mean, the Arsenal fixture is a difficult one, but he still looks like he's a decent player to bring in across those fixtures. The alternative would be to bring in someone cheaper, like say Palmer, which might give me some flexibility, because at some point I will be bringing Haaland back in. Now, the easiest move to do that would be Salah down to basically any midfielder, and then one of my attackers up to Haaland. But Salah's so good, it's tempting to try and keep him. I'm not sure whether I can do it very easily, but say I take Bowen out, if I go down to a cheaper midfielder, then that might mean I can upgrade, swap Son in a few weeks, take Son out rather than Salah. Not sure on that at the moment. Some other people, yeah. So I mean, I suppose I could go someone like Gordon. Who else? Matoma would have been one, but he's injured, so that's no good. I can't get up to a Saka. Saka's probably one of the players I would like. And Martinelli, who I've got there, I can't upgrade him without in one move up to Saka either. So Salah has a difficult fixture against Man City away, but I still may captain him. I'm not sure. If Bone was fit, I was thinking about captaining him. Martinelli is a possibility for captain. He hasn't been great all season, but he's an attacker that playing for Arsenal. Brentford are, they're at home. Is it a great fixture? I don't know. Son against Aston Villa. I mean, Spurs got a lot of injuries at the moment, and a bit of a lack of creativity maybe without Madison, but they've got other players there that could maybe create. And Villa seem to play a high line. Maybe Son can get behind. I quite fancy captaining Son. I don't, I don't know. He didn't look as good last week without his mate Madison, but let's see. So those are the players at the moment. Gonna maybe have to sort out Bowen or bench him. If he's only out for 1 week, then it's probably an easy bench because going forward, I think he's a great player to have. The other one I could swap to is someone like a Kudos, who's perhaps not as good though. Maybe or maybe not as. It's one of those where will he be as good with Bowen, one of the most creative players in the team or best players in the team, not there? Don't know. So yeah, that's what it is. Let's have a look at the attackers. So 3 attackers here, and it is Ferguson, Watkins, Darwin at the moment. Ferguson, he missed the last game. He was injured, and Pedro hit the game as well. So I think he must be injured. A bit annoying because I thought Ferguson was going to be first choice, and it was a bit of a risky one. But he has some great fixtures. If we know he's going to start against Forest, he's actually a captaincy shout. I think he's such a good player. Stats don't look that great at the moment, but he could easily score against Nottingham Forest. Nottingham Forest, people say they're better at home, and I think they probably are. So Ferguson might be someone that I need to sort out sooner rather than later. If I still have him later on, then he will be the one that I'd swap out for Haaland, and I could bench him. I have got some, so I've got Ferguson, Watkins, and Darwin lining up there. Ferguson plays Forest away, Watkins plays Spurs away, and Darwin Núñez plays Man City away. So lots of away fixtures. A bit difficult, especially the Man City one, but I think I've got to really play the attacker. Darwin could score. Been saying for weeks and weeks and weeks he could absolutely score a hat-trick against anyone, but he normally doesn't. As soon as I transfer him out, be on notice because that is exactly when he's going to score hundreds of goals. So you're welcome. Just wait for that. I'm not transferring him out yet, so this week he's not going to score, but guaranteed. So, and on the bench we've got Turner, Trent, Cash, and Chukwuemeka. Well, Chukwuemeka is long-term injured. Turner's not going to play, so he's sit on the bench anyway. No problem, no bother about that. Trent, probably, Man City away is probably the hardest fixture defensively, which is why I've got Trent on the bench. Although I don't mind too much playing him because of his creativity, and he hasn't done anything this season. But maybe a bit of confidence from that England game. I mean, he didn't really do much in there, but I thought he played quite well. But yeah, so at the moment, happy to bench him, but I don't really mind playing him for one of these other players if it means I get an extra transfer the following week, which I might do. I might roll one of these transfers if I can get away with it. And Cash against Spurs. Okay, it's probably a bit of a difficult fixture. You'd expect maybe Spurs to score, but Cash is so attacking. He seems to be creating a lot. He might, he's up there on the stats with some of these other players. He's well, I think he's one of the most creative players. It's just not coming to anything when I own him, which is typical. Watkins, Spurs with those defensive worries, Van de Ven missing in particular, lack of pace, high line if they're going to play it, Watkins pacing behind, Diaby and Watkins. Could that be a captaincy shout? Yes, it could. I don't don't really know who to captain, and I might go boring and go Salah, even though it's against Man City. That seems, I don't know. Let me know who you think I should captain. Ferguson, so the other alternative, if Ferguson's going to be out long term, and also if we've found out that Bowen's okay, which I don't think he is, then Ferguson to someone else. Solanke's a decent shout. He's got good fixtures. He's ironically who I took out for Ferguson, and he's on penalties. Who else? The other one would be maybe a Wanyi. Nottingham Forest have decent fixtures. I don't think Brighton at home is that hard a fixture the way Brighton will be defending. They're so open. So a Wanyi could be a decent shout, and maybe even a captaincy shout if I did bring him in. I like a bit of a crazy captain, which hasn't worked so far this season. But hey ho. So Ferguson maybe swap to someone. Who else? Other people could be like Alvarez, but against Liverpool. No, but although no, I don't. Well, I don't know because I don't. I'm got one eye on that Luton fixture coming up in game week 16, Man City. So that could be a possibility. I'm probably not going to do that though. I think a Wanyi is the one that I kind of like. He will probably be going to the African Cup of Nations. So that's maybe not the best idea either. And the same with Mbomo if I brought him in. But I think that would be the move maybe if we find out that Bowen is out for a long period. So that's the team. Let me know what you think. That's those are my kind of brain fart thoughts, throwing a load of stuff there. Not sure exactly what I'm going to do at the moment. I think it's probably that I only have one free transfer. I've got 0.6 million in the bank, and an eye on game week 16 where I need to have two transfers probably to get Haaland in, at least two. I probably don't want to take any extra hits, and it's likely to be a Salah out, Haaland in kind of thing, even though I don't really like that. So I need to kind of look forward and see if there's anything else, another way I can do that. And it could be an opportunity to downgrade one of those other attackers now and get some money in the bank if I need to, because I'm probably going to need to sort out at least one of those injuries. Or, I mean, I don't hate playing Trent and Cash this week. Go big at the back, 5 defenders. Don't actually hate that. I love a five at the back, big at the back. It's fantastic. But not the best fixtures to do it. I don't think many people are going to have a sparkling, fantastic team this week, so I'm not too down on it. I think it's going to be okay. Always positive, and see what happens. If anyone's got any ideas about what you think I should do, then please let me know, because I'd love to hear your ideas. And I'll see you maybe next time. Bye!